there's kind of 3 steps to this process on going from a place where you're not in control of your life, and yeah, life just seems to take you in ways that aren't very supportive for yourself and don't take you in the direction you truly want to go. And there's kind of 3 parts to it. I hate to call them steps because it sounds like 1, 2, 3 sequential, and it's more like, it's not very linear necessarily, but I am gonna go through it one at a time, and you'll probably see at the end of the video that, yeah, they are feeding each other and counteracting each other a little bit too. I don't know if that's the right word, but yeah, we'll just get started. So number 1, it really has to do with listening to your inner voice. What is it you truly want from life? And you know, we were all born on this planet, and we all want to be happy, and we want the best for ourselves and for the planet. And there's a lot of things that cause that not to be true in life. And you know, we have our life happen, we have our jobs happen, we have people around us, we have so many distractions in life. So many distractions in life. And they all blur away that inner voice that we had, or, well, that we have. And if you don't know what you're passionate about, if you don't have a lot of purpose in your life, it just means that you've allowed other things to take over your life that aren't truly your passion in your life. And you really want to get back in touch with that. There is a voice that's always there. It's always talking to you. And it wants for you so much to be really happy and live an amazing life. And it's always there. It's always sending you messages. And we've just drowned it out with everything around us, especially with our visual and hearing senses. We get so distracted, and we've forgotten so much about the true driving force of a fulfilling life. And so I guess that would be step 1, is to reconnect with that inner self. And for myself, I find meditation is a really good way to becoming aware of what is all that mind chatter that's going on. And I find it does bring peace. I may be very, sometimes very not at peace during my meditation, but afterwards I can feel that something has happened, and there is a peace after that. And so you don't have to be perfect at knowing how to meditate or what you're supposed to do. Yeah, just try it out. For me, it's a great way of getting in touch with that inner voice. And then another thing would be doing things you truly enjoy, and not just that you think you enjoy, but that you truly enjoy. And you know when you truly enjoy them, the way you know that if it's true to your heart is that you'll remember you did these things. You'll remember the feeling afterwards. If you do them today, tomorrow you'll remember that, and next week you can think back about that, and you'll just know that was an amazing moment, versus maybe fake good moments. They happen, they might be like instant gratification of some sort, but you're not gonna get the same feeling around them. And so, yeah, meditation and doing things you truly love doing. For me, it's a lot to do with nature, for example, just getting out there, moving, Doesn't always have to be extreme, could just be going for a walk. So that's one part of it. A second part, and I find this one super, super, super important. It is about becoming aware of who the captain of your ship is. What is leading your life? What is getting you from point A to B? What is getting you what is getting you the results in your life? Like, what is happening to you? And it's such an important thing to start seeing that. And what is the real source of your actions? What is the real source of your decisions? What's truly behind it? Dig deep. Don't just look at what happens outside of you. Like, you really gotta go inside of you. Take responsibility for the things that happen in your life. It's sometimes very difficult to take full responsibility for everything, because it's so easy to point at something and find a reason and a cause why that something impacted your life. And that may be 100% true. But the more you can take responsibility for the conditions of your life and what happens to your life, the more power you give yourself to guide your life into the direction that you want to walk, and truly get those things that make you happy and that will make a difference for you and probably everyone around you at the same time. All those actions and decisions, they're driven by feelings, underlying feelings and emotions. And whenever those feelings are based on, guilt and doubt and low self-esteem, that type of feelings, that type of way of being, your actions, your decisions are not going to be in alignment with what your true self wants for you. And they're not going to lead to true happiness. And so it's really important to become aware of what's truly feeding the energy towards your actions and your decisions. It's so important. And the way I do that, and it's been the most powerful thing of anything I've done for anything in my life, I find is the most powerful way of going about it, is that I take time to observe those feelings. And observe those feelings from kind of a third-party perspective. I try to look on, how am I feeling in this moment when I actually feel down, when I am emotional. That's the perfect moment to do this, because that's when you can expose what's happening, how you feel, where does it sit in your body. And the more I observe that feeling, and it's almost like, it's not like that, but it's almost like I'm walking around a 3D object, and I'm looking at all the aspects of that object. And I do that in a way, looking at my feelings, and I see, where does it sit physically? How does it feel? How does it feel when the feeling comes up? How does it feel a few minutes in? How does it feel when maybe it's fading away a bit? I become very aware of all these aspects of this feeling. And the more I do that, the more light is going towards this feeling, and the more I see it, and it just seems to, after a while, it just seems to lose its power over me. It is so incredible to get rid of a bad habit, non-supportive habits, cravings, by observing your emotions and your feelings while you experience a negative side effect of a craving or a bad habit. It is so powerful. It is for me the most powerful thing in the world. I've said this a couple of times now. And when you're observing, you remove all reasoning. You don't point at anything out. You remove all reasoning from your observing. You don't judge. You don't doubt. You don't blame. And especially no self-blaming, no self-judging. You just want to be present with what's happening in your body, where it's happening, how long it's happening. You just want to be present with that. And you don't have to do anything with it. You just see it's there. You acknowledge it. And it becomes, that way it becomes separate from you. It may still be in you, but it is not that uncontrollable you anymore. If you keep doing this, this will become, it's almost like a loose baby tooth, you know, like the more you wiggle it, the easier it's going to be to pull it out at some point. It's really like that. That's how I experience it. And yeah, so the final point is that I want to make is number 3, is that you really have to start believing the message of your heart and learn how to listen to that. Because the more you do step 2, and the more you can start listening to your inner voice, what it's actually saying, the belief, the anchoring of what your voice is telling you will start replacing those negative things that used to control your life. And it really starts happening automatic. There is not like, oh, I have to do these things physically, or I have to go take a course for public speaking, for example. You'll gain so much confidence. You'll gain so many new things because removing those things that control your life, that don't support you, frees up space for something else. And now you have the choice of filling up that space with beliefs that truly, truly support you. And it takes a while. But when you get to this point, I tell you, it is such a beautiful, beautiful moment. And I wish, I want this for all of you. And that is my message for today. In a way, there's so much more to say about this. But it is a complete message. And I hope you take away something that makes sense for you. And if not, that's fine too. See you next time.